Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so for today's mindset video, what I wanted to talk about is fear and how it controls your life a lot more than most people recognize it. They think fears are typical things. Oh, I have fear of heights, fear of the dark, I'm afraid of the dark, I'm afraid of drowning, things like that. And there's actually a lot more that fear dictates in your life than those just little stupid things people come up with. Those aren't your biggest fears. What really happens in every situation, okay, so your mind has conscious and unconscious thoughts. So every situation you're in, your mind is constantly thinking unconsciously about it. And there's three ways it thinks about this. It reacts to a situation. Your mind has these three phases, and I learned this from this info paper I had, and I can't find it. I'm mad at myself. I wanted to look at it a little more and do that, so it's kind of driving me nuts that I can't find this now, but I remember the gist of it. Your mind has three reactions categories to each situation, and these are unconscious. You don't think about this. It's basically positive reaction, neutral, and negative. So every situation you get into in life, your mind has this. You have either a positive reaction thought, a neutral reaction thought, and a negative reaction thought. And they're unconscious thoughts, so you don't realize that you're thinking about this. So what you have to do is take that and make it conscious so that you can change it. If you make it conscious and known to yourself that, hey, I'm reacting like this, you can change how you're thinking. So I'll give you this example. Let's say you're out and about one day and you had seen somebody a week or two ago or something and gotten in a conversation with them and maybe talk to them or something, exchange names. Hi, I'm so and so. And you see them out and about and they're a little ways away from you or something. And you just see them and you say, hey, and like wave or something. Just kind of, hey, it doesn't have to be nothing. And they just don't reply. They keep on walking by you or something. So immediately, that's just a interaction that you had going about your day, and then your mind unconsciously thinks about it. So on the negative side, let's say that happens and then you just automatically think, let's say it doesn't matter if that was somebody you thought was a friend, somebody you were interested in relationship wise, somebody that you were just like looked up to and they didn't reply to you, your mind obviously automatically is going to think a lot of times, oh, I'm not cool enough, or oh, I must have been too boring whenever I met them. I'm not good enough for them to say hi to me. They're better than me. And so you automatically just unconsciously think this. And a lot of people do this and they don't realize it. So on the neutral part, let's say that happens and you go, oh, okay, they didn't recognize me. Or, they didn't hear me across the walkway or something like that, didn't see me, something like that, no big deal. Next time if I see him again or something, or if I'd went up to him, they probably would have recognized me and said hi. So that's more neutral. It's not, oh, I'm not good enough. It's more just, they didn't see me, something like that. Kind of coming up with an excuse almost as to why it didn't work. So it's more neutral. It's not negative. It's not dragging you down. But then there's the positive, where let's say that person, you straight waved at them or something, and, they looked in your direction or something and didn't say hi to you, didn't acknowledge you, and it was somebody, you wanted to interact with, and then they just didn't do it. You say to yourself, oh, well, okay, they didn't want to pay attention to me enough the last time. Apparently they don't think I'm interesting enough. That's not a bad thing. If they don't think I'm interesting enough, I don't really want to talk to them. So that's just one person. But just because that one person doesn't, hey, and just run up to you and want to talk to you, there's billions of people out there. Just because that one person didn't react how you expected, how you had hoped, you don't need to think negatively, oh, I'm not good enough, something like that. You think, oh, well, okay, that's one person. They didn't want to talk to me. They didn't think I was interesting enough. I know I'm interesting, so that's their loss. So that is the difference in shift when you become conscious about these just thoughts. You catch yourself doing it a lot whenever you start thinking about these unconscious reactions to things. You do it so much, and everybody does it. All of this negative thinking is fear. Fear of not being good enough and fear of failure. Those two kind of go hand in hand. So, a lot of people, I guarantee you, a lot of people that watch this, everybody has had at some point or another an idea that they wanted to do. They had a thought, I want to go do this, or I want to start this business, or I want to start doing this with my life, I want to start working out, something along those lines, and they never go through with it because they start thinking these negative thoughts subconsciously, unconsciously, that, oh, people are going to be judging, people are watching me, I'm not good enough, or what if I fail, like what if this happens, what if I don't make it, what if it's hard, and they just scare themselves out of it and never even start. And the big thing that I am going to say, I want you to take away from this video is whenever you think about doing something or you automatically start thinking, well, what if? And you say, what if they turn me down? What if they don't recognize that I'm going to be a good employee? What if people don't take me seriously in business? What if I go to the gym and I don't know what I'm doing and look ridiculous? Okay, so here's the what if you should think instead. What if I don't even try to do it? If you don't even try to walk up to that person, if you don't even try to start your business, if you don't even try to improve yourself, then you're never even going to know what the outcome would be. And so personally, that's what digs at me more now is if I see something I want to do or start doing and I am like, okay, well, what if these negative things happen? What if I embarrass myself? Something like that. Instead, I think, okay, well, those are all possibilities. I don't even know if that could happen. I'm just assuming. That's negative. If I go do it, I will actually know whether or not those negative outcomes are going to happen or something good happens. And then, you actually did it and maybe something negative outcome from it. And you're like, okay, well, that's a learning experience. I did this and it didn't work out so well. Then the next time from experience. You're not just assuming negatively. And so many people do that. And that's a big thing that everybody has to do. Fear of failure. Everybody has it every day. Fear of failure of, not being good enough for other people, not being smart enough to do this or that task. And they're just afraid of failing and they're not even trying because all this fear builds up and they just, I don't even want to do it because they don't even, you got to think, okay, what if I don't do it? I'm just assuming these things are going to happen or they could happen. What if I do it and then they don't happen? Then all that negative thinking was for no reason. It was just pointless. So that is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to put a blog post up to go with this video, so check that out. It's going to describe this all in good detail. The same thing I'm talking about. I made this video a little long, but this is just something that really hits me, and everybody is afraid of a lot more than they think they are. So check out my blog post. I'll probably put it up in the next couple days, and then I'll throw that out there. So thank you guys for watching. See you.